Well, here I am. I'm back, and with me is Carolyn Nikkanen. And I think you're really going to enjoy what she's going to chat with us about this evening. Um, Carolyn, just as a disclaimer, is my talent representative, and she is the founder and owner of Carolyn's Model and Talent Agency, which has offices all over the place. And I couldn't be happier to have her come and share some ideas with me and some insights as to what has been going on lately. So you've been in business for over 30 years.
Yeah, actually over 35 years.
Yeah. Wow.
A long time. Yeah, when I think back when I started, wow, time really flies. And times have changed.
Oh, yeah. I guess. So that's kind of like having a baby and watch it grow up and having grandchildren.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when a gentleman came into my office and he says, you really should get a website. There's this new thing coming out called the internet. You might want to get on board. Yes. Oh yeah, and we used to do castings, type everything up and pull the pictures, and now everything is online and it's fantastic.
A lot faster, I guess.
Oh yeah, a lot better.
I was just thinking to myself that that's an awful lot of professional relationships you've built in that time.
Definitely. Most definitely, thousands of clients. Yep, and some just use this exclusively, and so which is amazing.
So tell us just a little bit about what kind of. I know that you're representing little old ladies, but who else are you representing?
Well, we represent right from babies, to seniors, so all ages. Because when a client wants to book somebody, they want to be able to book all ages. And especially now with the pandemic, they're booking like, the grandparents, the kids and their kids. So they want to book the whole family. It makes it a lot easier to book that way.
Oh, yes, I've noticed those casting calls where they want people who are bubbled together.
That's it, exactly. So it's made it a little challenging because, sometimes we've got, let's say, the actor, the grandmother, and we said, well, is your husband interested? And she goes, oh no, he's too nervous to be on the camera. So it does make it a little difficult, but we managed to get through it.
Yeah, I know. I would never even suggest my husband. I did suggest my mother, but she said, oh, I couldn't do that. I mean, in person, she is just lovely and, personable, but the whole idea of camera really freaked her out.
That's right. Yeah.
So this has been a really crazy year.
It certainly has. That's for sure.
So I know what it has done to my business, but how has the lockdown impacted your business?
Well, you know what, Luanne, it's changed things, I have to say, for the better, because as you know, with actors, used to drive downtown for auditions. Now everything is online, so you can do it from home, and a lot of the talent have got their ring lights, they've got their backdrops, they've set it all up. I see the auditions are getting better and better. Casting directors can look at the auditions from home. Then if they want to see the person again, and then it's by a Zoom call with the director. So everything's gotten a lot better because I just find people and talent aren't taking the time to drive downtown and back. So it allows us to also to represent people from Ottawa, Kingston, far away.
Or like me out here in the boonies.
Yeah, exactly. So, right. And you don't have to drive downtown because, as you know, with traffic, basically, if you have an audition, your whole day is shot because you're going to the audition by the time you get back home. So now you can do these auditions from home. And with the great technology we have today, you can do it over and over till you get that right self-tape and then email it and send it up to the casting director. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I noticed that, you can do more than one take, whereas when you go into a casting room, they might ask you for, a couple of different things, but that's it, you're done.
That's right. And if they say, or if you say, oh, can I do it again? Nope, sorry, next person. That's whereas at home, you can just keep doing it till you get the right one and then upload it.
Mm-hmm. That's
a lot better. It's a lot
better. Been a real challenge, though. I know in the Santa group that I was in, some of those older Santas, I just wanted to weep for them because, they were not very tech savvy, and to learn all of that in such a quick time, it was so heartbreaking.
Well, yes, and there's a lot of seniors we represent sometimes that have missed auditions because they don't have anybody to help them.
Oh, yes.
And so it has been a little difficult, but a lot of them are getting some help from friends or neighbors or family members, and they're kind of getting the hang of it. And I said, well, once you do it once, the next time is easier. And then you're going to never look back and say, you'll just say, how did I ever drive to those auditions?
I
don't
know.
go back to the other way.
I know. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
So how did you manage to keep your business afloat during this lockdown? I know that it's just been terrible for everybody.
yeah. Just basically on a lot of clients were using, previous commercials and buyouts and usage fees, which has helped out. And, the business, the lockdown was last year, so we were just all closed. And I have to be honest, it was kind of a nice break for us because we worked 7 days a week, basically all hours of the evening, constantly. Even tonight, I've got castings to send out. So it's kind of nonstop. So it was a really nice break, but it taught us a new way to work. And it changed a lot of things. So now none of my staff were in the office. We work from home. And basically we go in once a week now. And I don't think that will ever change. I don't think we'll ever go back to the other way. It's more efficient, less stress, and we can get more done. I live an hour to an hour and a half away from my office. So by the time I drive in the morning and then go back home, I could have done all that stuff already and then had a little free time. So
yes, the drive time is always,
well, that's something. I just find it a lot better. So, out of every, bad thing that sometimes we think isn't very good with a pandemic, sometimes good things arise from that.
Do you know, I was able myself to take advantage of so many courses and classes. I know that early last spring and summer, there were so many casting agents and agencies that put on free seminars, and I got a wealth of information just that way. And I think it's been a little bit harder for the teaching studios to adapt, but I know that I had some time with Brad Milne in his studio, and I found it quite interesting. I liked it, as a matter of fact.
If you learn one thing that helps you become a better actor or make it easier doing your self-tapes, that's what it's all about. It's great.
So do you have any ideas of where your business is going to go with this in the future? Are you just going to continue on this way, or?
I've talked to my staff about it. I said, why am I paying for this office? And we just rented a brand new photocopier. We stuck for 5 years. So, and I said, we're not even copying anything because we're just doing everything in just a new way. And we got rid of all our phones in our office. They're all by cell phone with Rogers. It's totally amazing. It's changed things, as I said, for the better. And I just think it creates us to be a lot more efficient. But one thing with working from home, and I find a lot of people say, is you have to kind of know when to shut it off. That can be an issue because, we're at home and, it doesn't matter what time, you just think, I'll get the phone. And sometimes you just have to say, no, it's, my day is complete,
Yes.
So
family time is important. Downtime is important. Yeah.
It's just a fine line, but at first we found it very difficult to adapt to, but now we find we're actually kind of used to it. So now when I do go into the office, which we go in every Wednesday, I almost find that more challenging because I'm not used to my desk anymore, right? So it's quite different.
Well, that's I like hearing that note of positivity. It's very encouraging to all of us, I'm sure. Do you have any sage advice for the young people who might be watching this?
Well, anybody, I think, basically wanting to start out in the industry, I think this is a fabulous time to start out in the industry because number one, you don't have to drive to auditions. You can do it from home. You can try it over and over again. You can do a self-tape, have a friend watch it and say, well, what do you think? And when you can research on Google how to do a great self-tape. So you can teach yourself a lot of information prior to when you get the audition. And I find we're getting a lot more auditions too, because the casting directors can quickly view a whole bunch of tapes. It's less time consuming for them as well. So this is why I always say get your tape in early. But this is a great benefit too. So if mom, dad, the kids, the whole family want to get into it, why not? Now is a great time.
That's great. Thank you so much for visiting with me tonight, Carolyn. I know you're a busy woman, so I won't keep you any longer. And I just wanted to tell our listeners, our audience, that you can visit Carolyn's agency online. It's called carolynsonline.com. I'll put a link in the box down below. And thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you, Carolyn. It's been great.
Thank you, Luanne. You're great. And I love representing you. You're always such a pleasure and so professional at all times.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
Ciao
you.
for now.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.